Today's episode has been brought to you by the delightful beer brewed by James Reddy, 5.5. Alrighty guys, well let's get started here. We got our answers of the week. Number one, we're going to go to The Wizard 112. Big shout out to this guy, probably in my books, no offense to anybody else, but gotta be my number one fan. This guy, if you remember back to our videos of the when I needed a new camera, and basically I didn't ask for donations, but I asked if you guys wanted to make donations for a better camera. That way you guys got some better quality video, so I didn't have to keep recording on my shitty cell phone. Alright, so The Wizard 112 donated $100 within probably about 10 minutes of the video even being posted. You're the man, buddy. Really appreciate it. And you know what? So do the fans and the other viewers. BJC3. What's my honest take on Dave Rock? Well, popular question. Definitely a popular question. Basically, I wish that everybody had the privilege to meet him and to know him. He is definitely one of the best friends that I have. You know, and he'll pretty well, like, he'll do anything within reason for anyone. Just don't, you know, wreck his shit. It's as simple as that. Great guy to know, and a privilege and an honor to be around. And for me to have, like I said, my trailer and everything else at his farm for free. I just help out with some chores now and then, and you know, maybe give him a bottle of liquor. As you've seen in the most recent video, I gave him a tractor, John Deere 210 or whatever the hell it is, something like that. Basically the same tractor as he's got. He was very, very grateful to have that. Next is from Ford and Chevy Man, 9391. Sorry, Ford and Chevy Man 9391. What is my favorite car to field race at the farm? Well, my favorite car to field race at the farm right now is my Chevy Lumina, and that is because it is pretty much the fastest car on the farm right now. Next question is from 24Car1. Am I a fan of Chrysler? No, not really. They've never done anything special enough, and you know, I just never had the opportunity to become a fan. Mainly their front-wheel drive economy cars ruined it for me when they needed a transmission to be replaced every, you know, oil change. Like their K cars and Intrepids and shit like that. So, no, I'm not a big fan of Chrysler. I have owned 2 Jeeps and they were awesome. Totally wicked fun. Jeep was originally GP, which is how it got its name GP back in the Army days. It was then sold to AMC. AMC then sold it to GM. GM sold it to Chrysler. So pretty much before it became an official Mopar, yeah, they were pretty awesome. But now they're just basically, you know, family crossover SUVs. Not a big fan anymore. Next question is from DNALI. I'm assuming that means Denali. What was my first car and how long did I have it? Well, my first car was actually a 1987 Ford Tempo. It was a 5-speed 4-door, carbureted, and it was cream color. Kind of looked like the color of a double coffee. It was a Ford. I'm not a fan of Ford. I don't really like them at all. But for a first car, that thing was awesome. Had 80,000 original kilometers on it. It went through anything. It didn't matter how much snow was on the ground, how cold it was outside, the thing always started and always ran. Now, I can't say the same for every other Ford that I've ever owned. Hence why I don't own them anymore. But that car was definitely a tank. Loved it. Slow as shit, ugly as sin, but loved it. Next question is from V Westlife. Is it okay that I'm a guy and I find you cute? Well, whatever floats your boat, dude. Next question is from 4DAC88. How did you get knowledge, mechanical knowledge, and why am I not a full-time mechanic? Well, what I do is my hobby. I build things, I fix things, but mainly metal fabrication. It's my hobby, and I have worked actually as a full-time mechanic, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day when you come home and you need to replace something in your car, whether it be like a ball joint or anything, you don't even want to look at it because it's your own car and you've just been working on cars all day. So, you know, that's why I don't do it for a living. Next question is for Redneck Byron. If I were a millionaire, what would I drive and why? If I were a millionaire, I would drive the same pieces of shit I'm driving now, if not bigger pieces of shit that are more fuel efficient. If I were a millionaire, who's to say? You know, I can't give you a legitimate answer as to what I would do, what I would drive, and why, because, you know, it's quite literally the $1,000,000 question. Next question is from Chalks2001. Do I think it would be cool or a good idea to have webcams, live webcams at David's farm? No, I don't, and that is because we have a private life too. Not everything is put on video, and I know that you guys as the fans, you know, and across the world where you're sitting there waiting for a video every day, but you're not necessarily going to see it, you're not going to get it. You know, I'm sorry guys, but we can't be entertaining 24/7. Next question is from Tiny SRB. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, Tiny Serb? Like Serbian? I'm not sure. How long have I worked on cars and do I race? I've been working on cars since probably about since I had my own first car. I was 14 years old, 14 or 15, somewhere in there, and that's by a Ford Tempo that I bought. I just kind of dicked around with it for about a year before I got my license and before I drove it. Other than that, I have always helped my dad and grandparents and things like that as I was a toddler, working on cars and watching, mainly just sitting there, shut up, watching and learning. Next question is from Evo Gibson 92. Why do I buy low quality car audio? Well, who's to really say what low quality car audio is? You have, of course, big names out there, and they have huge price tags on them, and you know, of course they sound good and they do good. In my Red Cavalier and in my Lumina, I'm running two 12-inch subs with 1000 watt amp, which is Insignia, and I picked them up at Best Buy, both on Boxing Day for $100 each, two subs and an amp. I mean, can't really go wrong with that. And I picked up a couple 12-inch sub boxes off of Kijiji, I think for 30 bucks a piece. Sounds good to me while I'm in the car. I don't really care what it sounds like to anybody outside the car. And aside from the head unit, like the CD player, all the other speakers are completely stock. And it sounds good to me. With the Cavalier and this Insignia subwoofer setup that I have now, I did go to one SPL competition because it was part of a car show, and the SPL competition was free as long as you paid your admission to the car show. And I did hit 130 decibels with it, which in my opinion for 100 bucks, it's not bad, right? Next question is from Jimmy Ray here. Would I do a TV show with David's Farm? Or even by myself? Absolutely, that would be so fucking cool. Do I think it'll ever happen? Probably not. If it did happen, that would be kick-ass. Thumbs up. Next question is from 1969 Chevy Malibu. Why is my YouTube name, or YouTube handle, backyardjay? I came up with the username backyardjay, and that is because I'm a backyard mechanic and my name is Jay. And our last and final question of this week's Ask Backyard Jay is from FishGut73. If I won a trip for two to the moon, who would I take? Well, it's pretty far-fetched because I don't think that's ever going to happen in our lifetime. But if it did, by some miracle, it would be my girlfriend. Who wouldn't want to have sex in a crater on the moon? But think a more appropriate question would be,
whoa, free boat ride for 3. Now, who should I take? Keith? Yes. And T-Pain. Cool.
the more appropriate question in our lifetime would be, what if I won a free boat ride for 3? Almost the same answer. My answer would be myself, my girlfriend, and T-Pain. And if I couldn't go on a boat with T-Pain, well, then I'd probably take Dave. Or one of my fans? Yeah. If I want a free boat ride for 3, I'd take myself, my girlfriend, and I'd hold a contest on YouTube to take one of my fans. Alrighty guys, that concludes this week's Ask Backyard Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope your questions got answered. And for everybody else who asked the questions, well, if they're appropriate, ask them again. If they're not, they're just going to get ignored like they did this time. Only one question per fan, please. And keep watching. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a positive comment down below. Give me the thumbs up. And drink a nice cold James Ready. Alrighty guys, cheers and beers.